How to cry specially and quickly. Acting skills are needed not only on stage for professional artists, they will be useful in everyday life. Who and why needs to cry on purpose and quickly? There can be a lot of situations. There is a terrible exam on the nose, and you are not ready for it. Some kind of awkward family situation suddenly occurred and you need to play a little to solve it positively, and much more. Probably, similar moments happen to you, from which you either wanted to come out beautifully, or came out with the help of acting skills. There are several ways to help bring on tears quickly. For actors, these are mandatory knowledge and skills that they use in stage work. They can be useful to everyone in certain situations. All techniques can be divided into several categories. Deep emotional experiences, self-hypnosis, grocery tricks, use of medical devices, techniques that allow you to learn to cry quickly for no reason, using products and medical products, must be used with great care so as not to harm your health. Evoke emotion memories are a powerful emotional catalyst and one of the most effective ways to stop being shy and quickly make yourself cry. This method is natural and confirms the sincerity of emotions. Anyone can use it. For this you need to try to remember any event in life that is associated with a strong shock. It can be joyful or sad, but certainly very strong. Immerse yourself in it. Try to relive the emotions until the moment when a lump rises to the throat, and a shiver runs through the body. This is exactly the state when tears well up in the eyes. In memory, to immerse yourself in the memory as much as possible. Acting skills are not needed, it is enough to abstract from the world around you. Switch off and focus on your inner experiences. The memories that you choose should not just be scrolled through your memory like a film. It is important to try to live past emotions and feelings as deeply as possible. It's like re-plunging into the situation, resurrecting everything in memory from beginning to end. Detail in details and trifles what you can remember, and relive it. In the process of such actions, tears themselves will begin to well up in the eyes. Memories don't have to be sad. They can be joyful as well. It is worth focusing on your feelings and making a choice from your emotional baggage. Auxiliaries. Let's talk about other ways to learn to artificially cry at any time, namely, how to properly use certain foods and medicines in order to believably shed. Onions is familiar to everyone. When cutting this vegetable, tears pour from the eyes by themselves. Onion cells contain a special substance that can irritate the mucous membrane of the eye and cause a natural protective reaction in the form of tears. Therefore, if you take a piece of freshly chopped onion or its juice and bring it to your eyes for a short time, the effect will come pretty quickly. Refreshing menthol means containing menthol can also help in this matter. It is necessary to apply a little of this ointment or drops to the area of U200B, U200B bridge of the nose or a place close to the eyes. Menthol fumes will quickly provoke tears. But in no case do not apply funds to the eyelids or mucous membranes of the eyes. This can cause irritation and even burns. Drying out. There is another way to safely induce tears. To do this, dry the mucous membrane of the eye. Everything is simple here. You need to open your eyes as wide as possible and try not to blink. You will quickly feel how the mucous membrane of the eye begins to dry out. After that, you need to blink several times in a row, while the moisturizing mechanism will start. And the lacrimal glands will fill your eyes with tears. There is another way. To quickly cry, you need to yawn harder. At the same time, try to bring tension to the vocal cords. In this case, the eyes begin to involuntarily water after a few seconds. Eye drops. Among the drugs there are safe for such purposes, sodium sulfosol or Albucid. These drops are mild antiseptics and are used at the first sign of conjunctivitis or other eye inflammation. 1 or 2 drops instilled in the eyes will cause a small amount of tears. Actor tips for the appearance of tears. The stage masters recommend using the method of self-hypnosis. Although this method is one of the most difficult, it is effective. Allows you to get rid of the complexes, and it can be mastered with the help of regular training. A person needs to fully concentrate on himself and tune in to a special wave. It is important here not just to give yourself the "I want to cry" setting, but to try to evoke a nerve impulse that will provoke tears. This method is widely used by actors with experience who can deeply and organically get used to the role. However, sensitive people with subtle perception can also successfully use this method. The self-hypnosis method requires quite a long preliminary practice. It can be used more effectively in conjunction with strong memories from the past. Artists recommend using facial expressions during practice. Facial muscles have their own memory. If they take a position that is typical for crying, then an additional nerve signal enters the human brain, which provokes a response in the form of tears.